you a little bit of a backdrop on me, so you know why I'm teaching this and why you should maybe even listen to me at all. But so I teach what I like to call practical magic, right? And the women that I work with primarily, I call them Wonder Women, because they want to live these really big, juicy lives. They want to have it all. They want to have amazing relationships. They want to travel. Maybe they want to have kids or puppies or puppy children, whatever. And they also want to do really big work in the world and shine really bright. And I'm a big believer that in order to live your biggest life, in order to do everything you want, you can have it all. You just have to be the container to hold it all. And I think what we sometimes forget is that essential part of, like, if you want to build a skyscraper, you need to build a foundation. And the foundation is actually what gets you through it all. So to go over, you know, some of like the things I've done, give me some street cred, right? I was on a national show called The Taste as a plant-based cook. I have a best-selling book called Eat With Intention, which is a manual for loving your body, tuning into your body's wisdom, and it also has a bunch of little spells in the back that are recipes, meditations, and mantras. And I get to travel all around the world and give talks and really help women unleash their power, because I really see more and more we're being sold the 10th floor and nobody's teaching you how to build from the basement up. And in my life, I've been lucky enough to kind of have 2 big spurts so far, right? Where I went through my first journey was with my body. That's why the first place I always start is body wisdom, right? And I think the first place that we all get divorced from our power is our body, right? We grow up and there's something on TV or something in a magazine says like your body has to look like this for you to be like, Giselle or Jenna Dewan or whatever Channing Tatum's wife is. She's gorgeous, but like, we initially say, oh no, I need you to be like 5 pounds thinner. I just need my abs just a little bit tighter, or like my thighs just like a little bit like firmer, and then I'll really feel like the powerful woman I am, right? Which is like complete bullshit. But unfortunately, it's something that so many of us have to dance with, right? And so it's the first way when we can come back into our own power in that way, when we can really love our body, we can tune into our body's wisdom. So that's when I think about practical magic, and practical magic is really how I broke down how I was able to grow my business so fast. I was able to end up on TV, have books, make a beautiful living for myself. I used to live in New York City for 6 years, and then I moved out to Santa Monica and got my dream place. And I've really been able to create what I have because of this practical magic, which I break down into feeling better, being better, and then doing better, right? So feeling better is like the foundation. You have to have energy. When you wake up in the morning and you're like, yeah, I'm feeling good, like everything in your life goes better that day. It doesn't even matter what you show up for. All of a sudden, that cute guy wants to talk to you. That person that you meet at that event is like, we need to collab on something. It's like magic kind of happens from that initial level of feeling good. So the first thing to feel good is to make peace and love your body. That's why I call this kind of like the beginner owner's manual, right? And to come into that place where you can ask your body's wisdom what's going on. Because your body never lies. Our mind really likes to fuck with us, right? But our body never lies. Like, that if you've ever walked into a job interview and talked to someone and you were just like, oh, I just get a bad feeling about that guy, right? Or you go on a date and you're like, oh my God, everything about you says no, but my body is like, yes, 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 right? Our body doesn't know how to lie. Our mind likes to come up with all these crazy reasons why we shouldn't do something or why we should do something if we don't feel it. And so from everything from signing a deal, doing business, finding out who you marry or who you're dating, to what do you eat for breakfast, to should you do yoga or CrossFit, right? The first way we give up our power is by letting other people tell us how we need to work out and how we need to eat food, right? You know what feels good for you, right? You could eat a filet mignon and feel like a fucking superstar, right? You could eat that and be completely sick, right? You could have a kale smoothie and feel like you could take on the world, and you could eat that and be ravenous in half an hour, right? And so it's about really learning okay, well, what's my thing? And also we're women, so we're cyclical beings. So you all know my period today, which is really actually great for this.
Me too.
Yay!
I feel like it's about that time. Everyone's like,
right about the new moon. It's almost the new moon. You know, your cycle, you want different things, and so just like whether it's food, whether it's how you move your body, whether it's how you take care of yourself, whether it's your workflow, you know, that you have, like, we are such cyclical beings that if you tune yourself back into the rhythm, there's so much natural power that's unleashed in that. And so then the being better comes from having that daily connection, having that daily spiritual practice, finding a way, whether it's connecting with your body, whether it's connecting with your higher self, God, the universe, whatever it is, having that thing that you can surrender to, right? I always say the reason I have, like, God has been my business CEO, right? God has told me how to, like, God gets me my book deals, God gets me my speaking events, and it's because I just throw it up. I don't try to, you know, it's the same thing. You wouldn't eat the same meal that she's eating, not, you know, eat the same exact program as she's eating, right? Just because she's like, this is great. You try it on and be like, oh, does this feel good? Like, do I like how this feels, right? But yet, we do that with business, right? We're like, oh, this is this business model. This business model worked really well for me. Here, go buy my funnel class, right? Because you're going to make 100K doing that. And then we wonder why it doesn't feel good or it doesn't work for us. And it's because it's not organically for us, right? Not everything is for everyone. So it's when we can connect to that wisdom that we know what's for us. And, you know, I had something happen 2.5 years ago, right after, well, as this book was coming out. And when I wrote this book, it was one of the hardest things I did in my life. I moved across the country at the same time. I just got out of a breakup. I was just in like a total funky spot. And if anybody here has written a book, it's one of the most intense, like, 6 months of your life. And you pretty much give your life up to this thing that's, you know, not really paying you that much because the advance they give you is meant for PR and stuff. It's really not meant for you to live on. And I totally hit a bottom. Like, here I was launching this book that, like, outwardly was doing freaking fantastic, and I was lower than ever. I lost a lot of money. I felt super alone. I moved across the country, and I was like, I didn't have my support network, and I slowly but surely had to build it all back up again, which is what allowed me to really find the practical magic. I went back and I was like, all right, Cass, how'd you do this the first time? Let's figure it out. What were the biggest components that helped you shift, that helped you get all this, you know, that helped you, you know, be the person that you were? I needed my mojo back, so to speak. And I went through and I was like, okay, the first thing was the foundation. It was the food. It was the self-care. It was learning how to take care of myself. Second thing was, you know, turning into God, like asking my higher power, the universe, doing my magic, right? The energetic work, the believing, the visualization, the rituals that I created for myself. And the last one was making it not about me, right? Making it about the bigger thing that I was up to in the world. So I literally designed this program. I know Leanna gave you the sheets, but this program that I'm now teaching is like, I designed it based on what I needed to do to get myself back. And literally, within the course of a few months, I ended up not only getting another book deal, being on more like TV shows, and I made even more money, right? And it's not about a money thing, right? But like, we live in a world where like, you need fucking money, right? And money is energy. And I think we're at a time in the planet where whatever you think about politics, it's being really apparent that if you have a lot of money, you can create a lot of change. Right? And I'm a big believer of like, let's get as much money as we can in the hands of people that are going to do really good fucking things with it, right? Yeah. Because that's what gives us whatever. We live on Earth. This is our currency that we trade in. So I was able to up-level this by doing this. And that's why, like, I relate so much to the Wonder Woman story, right? And I specifically have been calling on that a lot in my work lately. Because have you guys seen the Wonder Woman movie? Any of you, right? Well, she doesn't even realize the amount of power she has until her heart breaks, right? And then that's when she like learns to explode. That's when she's finally realized that she has something like that unleashes all of this in her, right? And I think a lot of us have that moment. I know I had multiple of them where like every new layer of heartbreak, whether it was around like my brother got diagnosed with a terminal illness, and I've had obviously great loves or whatever that I've lost, and all different kinds of things. Even with my business was a heartbreak of sorts the first time it had its first lull, right? And And every time it unleashed a different layer of magic, a different layer of power that I wasn't aware of yet, right? And we can really conjure that in ourselves and realize that we have the magic, we are the magnets, we have this light that we can unleash. And I think what's happening right now is that, how many of you guys are doing your own thing, want to start your own business, or maybe like have your own blog or doing something in the world? Cool. I feel like most of us, whether we're doing that outwardly now or doing that in the structure of our company, if you're here, you're like about something bigger than you, right? And when we really connect with that, then we're realizing that, so often it's so easy to be sold, like, you need to do Jeff Walker's video, like, launch program, or you need to do this Facebook ad thing, or this is how you do this is how you get your message out. But the thing is, if you want to be fucking unstoppable, you need to harness the power that you already have inside, because you are a fucking force of light. I'm sorry, I curse a lot, it's just who I am. I'm from Jersey. You are, and that's your renewable resource. That's never gonna go out. You can always tap on that. And when you tap on that, you're a magnet. And it doesn't matter what you want to do. It doesn't matter if you want to create your own fitness trend and bring that out into the world to help people get back into their body. If you want to be a meditation teacher, it doesn't matter if you want to be an accountant and help women get clear with their finances, right? That's really powerful and really helpful too, right? And it's like, you can do whatever you want if you're connected to that magnet, right? If you've owned that light inside of you and you step into that. One of the things I've realized, right, is that everything around you is going to change, right? Right now, like, great, I have a ton of Instagram followers, right? Instagram could be gone tomorrow, right? So you could have a bunch of people on Facebook. You could have a big mailing list. You could have a bunch of money. You could have the perfect house or the perfect boyfriend or whatever it is, right? And not to be morbid, right? But the only thing that's consistent is you, right? You will always be here. And if you can harness that power that's already inside of you, if you can tap on that, it's an infinite resource, right? You can turn on your magnetism and you can go out there. And maybe today it's, you want to go out there and you're, I don't know what you're doing, you're selling planners, right? And you can use that magnet to sell your planners that you love, that you think are amazing. And maybe in 2 years you're like, you know what? I want to start a fashion company. I want to start an eco-fashion company. That same light is going to help you like kill it in that industry. So I'm just really passionate about people awakening their power, unleashing the light that they already have, and realizing that this is the thing that we can tap into. This is where we should be doing our push-ups, right? Because it's like in Wonder Woman, the little, if you ever have a little like 5 minutes, go on Wonder Woman, the Amazon training clip, right? And her mother says, train her 10 times harder than any Amazon, 100 times harder, 1,000 times. And when I saw that, like, I almost cried when I first watched the preview, because I was like, that's been my life, right? And like the training, maybe in the training in the field, they were like, they're throwing sticks at each other, whatever they're doing their crazy things, right? My training was, having parents that didn't support me, right? Being on food stamps, working 5 jobs in New York City to start my own business, right? Doing ghetto YouTube videos, right? Being, launching a business at Harvard Medical Center while holding my brother's hand because I thought I was going to die for 2 years, right? Like, that was my training, right? And it was like the training like that. The training is every heartbreak you've ever been through, any job you've ever lost, any time you've been like, how the fuck am I going to pay rent this month, right? That's the push-ups you do. And it's in those times where we can tap into these rituals. We can build that, okay, you know what? I may not have 2 pennies to rub together. I may be heartbroken right now. I may feel, maybe I just got diagnosed with an autoimmune disease, or someone I love is struggling with something, or I lost someone, right? But we can tune into our own power. We can have our meditation practice to do push-ups, connecting us to something greater than us every single day. We can pray to whatever that is, whether you're praying to the sun, or God, or the universe, or love, or Elvis. I don't even care who you pray to, but praying, right? We can take care of ourselves, right? That nourishment. I kid you not, when I was on food stamps, I would spend my money on black beans, corn, and brown rice, and I would make myself like little things, and even then I wasn't eating total shit, right? Because I knew I needed to feel good to climb out of that, right? And I did. I was living on the Upper East Side in a really nice apartment, like working 5 jobs, and like slowly but surely, within the span of like 2 years, I ended up being on TV and like having a business where I was flown around the world to speak. But I did the push-ups through it all, and I didn't stop. I still don't stop, right? Like this past week, I was in Vegas for a week. I was doing an event. I'm speaking every day, and then I have to interact with people all during the day. I'm a super introvert in my personal life, right? I like just like quiet nights at home and like tea with my girlfriends. I'm not someone that like parties at all, and it was really energetically draining. I brought my own hemp milk. I made my own granola. I brought blueberries for myself to my room every morning. I meditated every morning, and consistently through it, I was doing my push-ups. I was giving it up to God. I was like, God, I'm really exhausted right now. Take it from me. Take it from me. How can I be a blessing on all these people that I'm talking to? How can I help? Whatever's going on with them, they're coming up to me, asking me about God knows what, right? How can I be a blessing on their day and lift them up? And that got me through the whole week. I flew in last night. I'm here. I'm doing this today. Tomorrow I have calls all day for the Practical Magic program. Monday I'll be at Mystic Journey leading a meditation and a Course in Miracles class, and I'm flying out to Sundance for the film festival, and I'm leading meditations at the film festival every morning for the wellness lounge there, right? And like that's my life, right? And yeah, don't get me wrong, like I get down days too.